The following program is brought to you by Causenta.com. Get better, perform better, look better, feel better. Discover the root cause of what's holding you back. Visit Causenta.com. Welcome to 1-800-MAN-SHOW.com with Dr. Tom. Dr. Thomas Incledon is a former world champion strongman who's taken his competitive drive and converted himself into the world's leading men's health expert, producing science fiction level results for men who desire to be bigger, faster, stronger, smarter, and healthier. Dr. Tom learned the hard way that while our healthcare system was designed to just let you get by, men like you demand more. After testing over 40,000 patients, Dr. Tom discovered the best way to help you is a combination of science and common sense applications fueled by his hand-picked technology and instrumentation, which Dr. Tom assembled to create the most advanced facility in the world, Causenta. Each episode, Dr. Tom shares cutting-edge data and information from his life as an athlete-turned-scientist and research uncovering solutions to help men increase testosterone, get their libido back, lose weight, feel great, and heal their bodies, reverse aging, and live the life of your dreams. This isn't another idea show that sounds great but does nothing to actually produce results. You will personally feel this show is the best information you have ever heard, unless, of course, you are on the payroll for a pharmaceutical company. And now, here to help you produce your man show and discuss results that matter, the kind that'll make your friends envious and jealous, your host, inventor, storyteller, scientist, and secret weapon of the stars, Dr. Tom Incledon.
Hi, my name is Dr. Thomas Incledon. I've spent millions of dollars trying and testing all kinds of supplements, treatments, and therapies in my quest to be the ultimate male. I can help guys like you get better, perform better, look better, feel better, and discover the root cause of what's holding you back and fix it. There's a problem in your bedroom, and it's not what you think it is. Recently, I was at a party, and a friend of mine was telling me, hey man, I was just reading this thing on the internet about blue light and how it affects your melatonin levels, and how when your melatonin goes down, that can cause all these other health problems secondary to the melatonin going down. And he was telling me, so since then, he's covered up his bedroom TV with a piece of tape, and he now puts his cell phone in airplane mode and hides it in a drawer, and he turns his electric clock backwards so he can't see the numbers anymore. And he was asking me what I thought about this. And so, you know what, let me give this some thought, because there's a couple of things about this that doesn't make any sense. So we know right now in the United States, the average person is getting fatter than ever. So we have, in some states, we have almost 38% obesity in those states. And one of the things we know is as people get fatter, they're more likely to have trouble breathing at night. So imagine this. Imagine if you were choking and someone comes along and says, hey, I'm going to turn out the lights. That doesn't really sound like a clever strategy to help that person. It doesn't make any sense at all. So with the average person having more difficulty breathing at night, and a consequence of this lack of oxygen getting to the brain and to other cells in their body, it results in all kinds of issues. They have issues with glucose levels, so they may get increases in hemoglobin A1Cs and get like a predisposition to diabetes. They have a reduction in blood flow to their penis. Now they could have issues with erectile dysfunction. And so the airway obstruction type issues impact them in a lot of negative ways, which also includes lowering their testosterone levels. So imagine while this is going on, what that guy is doing is worrying about blue light. And so like the blue light issue with melatonin sounds like a good idea at first until you think it through and you're like, wait a minute. He's worried about the wrong problem. There's a more basic issue that has to be addressed first. And that basic issue is trying to figure out, why can't he breathe at night? If this is you and you know that, hey, I snore when I go to bed, or if you have a partner and your wife is knocking you on the side saying, hey, you're too loud and I can't sleep, this is a big problem. This problem can lead to heart disease. This problem can lead to cancer. This problem can lead to issues with all kinds of hormone problems, which will result in erectile dysfunction quite as little as 3 weeks. So what we want to do is figure out how to resolve the issues with breathing. Once you can breathe freely and you don't have any problems with airflow, then we would say, okay, after that, all right, what else could be holding you back if there was an issue. And the one thing we know is that when we actually measure people at night, and we measure things like the flow of air through their nose into their lungs, we measure their pulse rate, and we measure something called pulse oximetry, which is a measurement of how much oxygen is saturating their blood cells. We take these kind of measurements, we could tell very quickly what's going on with someone as far as what type of sleep apnea they have, what types of breathing issues they have when they're sleeping at night. So we could take that information and then we can use that to recommend something that could help them sleep better. So at our facility in Scottsdale, Arizona, we do is we send people home with a sleep test kit. We measure them in their bedroom and we have them take these measurements. It could be anywhere from 1 night to 3 nights. After we collect these measurements, then we sit down and we have like a little color report and we review the data with them. And most of the time, we'll find that an average person has trouble breathing maybe 15 to 30 times an hour. So imagine if this was you and at night you're sleeping and you just think, oh, I'm just snoring. It's no big deal. That snoring could really be an indication that you can't breathe. And by not breathing, not only is it causing, problems in your body with that's going to affect your focus the next day. It's also causing an increase in your glucose levels. Now your body doesn't know what to do with the sugar. So where does the sugar go? It goes to fat cells. So it sets a stage where you get fatter faster. And because of that excess glucose, it interferes with blood flow to your penis. So now it becomes more difficult to have an erection. And so then as time goes on, the problems are like a snowball going downhill. It gets worse and worse and worse. They don't get any better. So what I'm proposing now to help you sort of solve that problem is, one, find out from your partner if you do snore at night. Do you have any breathing issues or, do you toss and turn when you sleep at night? If you do, then find out either a local physician or contact us through our website and find out how you can get tested in your own bed at night. And then if you do have a sleep issue, then do something about it. What most guys don't know is that they know how powerful testosterone is, but what they don't know is that even if you're injecting testosterone, if you have sleep issue like sleep apnea, you still will have a difficulty getting an erection. So most people don't have the awareness of how much more powerful sleep is than testosterone. So one way to maximize the results from anything that you're doing is improving your sleep. So if there's anything else you'd like to know about sleep, what I would suggest is you contact us through our podcast link on our website and let us know what questions you have there. In the meantime, what you can do on your own, instead of spending money on devices that block out blue light, instead of worrying about melatonin levels, what you could do is take a look at on the average night when you go to bed and you wake up in the morning, do you feel refreshed? Do you feel like, hey, I'm ready to tackle a day? Or do you feel like, man, I wish I could get a little bit more sleep? If you feel like you wish you could get a little bit more sleep, that's a very indirect way of indicating that something's going on. And to find out what that something is, what we're recommending is in-home sleep test, because that's one way to find out specifically what type of tool or device that would help you. In our clinic, what we usually do with most people is once we test them and we see that there is a sleep issue, we recommend some sort of CPAP device. There are different types of devices, and those devices basically function in the end to achieve the result that it makes more air get inside of you. That air is the oxygen, that oxygen gets to your brain, so that now your sleep actually provides a rest and recovery that you're looking for. So when you wake up the next morning, you feel great and ready to tackle the world. So if you're waking up in the mornings and you're not feeling like you got enough rest, one thing would be an in-home sleep test, and then make sure you get some type of treatment afterwards. It's common for certain types of doctors to recommend oral mouth devices. In my testing of people, one of the issues I find is that the solution for the airflow was to basically mechanically alter the jaw. And I don't think that's the best option, because what you're doing is trading off the issue with breathing now by realigning the jaw with an oral device. It sets the stage that you may have jaw problems later on. So it might work initially or acutely or in the short term, but 10 or 20 years later, there's going to be more grinding in the joint of the jaw. And as a result of that mechanical friction, that's going to result in you having more and more problems over time. So what I want to make sure everybody get out of this is that, one, hey, sleep is a big issue for a lot of people. Two, you can solve that problem by simply getting tested in your own bed at night. And three, if there is a problem, what you can do is get a CPAP device. There are different devices that can make it easier for you to breathe, so then you don't have to worry about other types of issues like diabetes or low testosterone, or just say fatigue in the morning when you wake up.
Thanks for listening. For show notes and links to anything discussed on today's program, visit 1-800-MAN-SHOW.com. If you'd like to order the best supplements on the planet, make an appointment with Dr. Tom or call the show. Dial Dr. Tom toll-free at 1-800-MAN-SHOW 24/7. Leave a message with your first name and where you're from, and include your question, comment, or concern. Who knows? You might end up on the air with Dr. Tom. If you like the show, be sure to subscribe on iTunes or Stitcher. The link is posted at 1-800-MAN-SHOW.com. Remember, you can get better, perform better, look better, feel better. Discover the root cause of what's holding you back. Share Dr. Tom with guys you know who are ready to fire up your man show.